Hey guys, it's Miss Verb, and today, Catalyst has come out like last night, this morning, whichever one you want to look at it, in Switzerland. I'm gonna just kind of take a quick look at all the different elements of the episode. We're still waiting on part 2, and I think this is a great part 1. I'm gonna be doing an episode review later on with PB, but for now, let's just take a quick look at all the important elements that we can glean from this episode. So the first most important thing is the whole idea of Heroes Day, which I've never heard about before, but apparently you have to do an action for different people and just kind of be a good person. So Natalie basically gives Adrian his schedule for the day for Heroes Day. It kind of it lines up later on with what he says in the classroom about, oh, I'm gonna give like fencing classes and whatnot, but I don't think he mentions that he has something for the Agrest Foundation. Agrest Foundation sounds... The way that it's, like, an Agrest Foundation sounds like a charity, and I'm just gonna throw a wild guess out there from the way that, like, I've seen things work in the world, that I think that EMD would be the kind of person to, like, manage that. I know that might be, like, stereotypical and all that, but I don't know, it's a theory that popped into my head while doing this, so I think maybe it would be something that she's in charge of, might not have any relevance with the show. But the idea that Natalie is like giving Adrian all this work to do so that he stays out of the house could be instrumental to Hawkmoth's plan to make sure that Adrian doesn't disturb him or doesn't find out anything while he and Natalie are busy making everybody evil.
Si cela devait échouer, Nathalie, je ne me le pardonnerai pas.
Vous lui avez fait une promesse. Vous avez tout sacrifié pour réussir à la faire revenir un jour. Depuis des mois, votre proie rumine sa colère contre Ladybug. Aujourd'hui, où qu'elle regarde, Lilar aussi verra l'objet de sa haine. Et comme prévu, sa colère atteindra des sommets dévastateurs. Votre plan est parfait, monsieur.
Alright, so in Natalie's exposition, she explains all of Hawkmoth's plan for this episode. So basically the idea that he's been waiting for this day and that he made a promise to Emily to bring her back. He uses the exact words to bring her back. So we don't know exactly what it is still. We still don't know. But he's like, oh, I can't forgive myself if I can't bring her back. Like, you know, I can't forgive myself if I don't succeed. So Natalie basically explains that he's been waiting for Heroes Day because Ladybug will show up everywhere in, like, the news and the media and all that. So she's been, like, angry at her for months. So this has been months since Volpina happened, which I think Volpina happened in, like, May. So, like, end of May. So that means that this is actually probably beginning of the new school year-ish, which is interesting. Basically, Gabriel knows her anger, which has been there since the end of season 1. He knows that she's angry, and because Ladybug will show up everywhere for Heroes Day, he's gonna strike now, and he's gonna use her.
Sûr de vouloir le faire?
Je serai toujours là pour vous. Nous allons réussir.
Okay, before anybody says anything funny about Natalie and Gabriel, she says, I will always be there for you. He basically asks, are you sure you want to go through with this? And she's like, yes, I will always be there for you. And then she goes like that little smile snicker. So I'm kind of thinking, like, she has some kind of adoration for Gabriel. Maybe, not sure. It's interesting to point out that Adrian isn't buying into this at the same time. He looks very bored. Like, look at him. Marinette's reaction is hilarious, but she still hasn't gotten over it. Even though she supposedly forgave her last episode, in Volpina. So, okay, so Lila, she says that she is traveling. She explains that she's traveling, and her mom believes that the school is still shut down, and the principal tries to call her, and he can't get to her because Lila is, like, you know, avoiding that. But I get the idea. I think it's really cool, the idea that Lila's been hiding from school. That's why she's never showed up. But the fact that she bamboozled her parents for so long is unbelievable, but I think it's still pretty interesting. I think, so basically Gabriel apparently is making a movie about Ladybug, or at least he's like financing something, and he did that just to annoy her by calling her out by name. Okay, that's the other thing I wanted to know. There's no butterflies in this scene, if you look at it. But then once he transforms, there's all these butterflies. So does Hawkmoth, like, create butterflies? Does he, like, why would he make so many? Because he only akumatizes one at a time, usually. Does he make butterflies? So Lila willingly becomes a villain and potentially destroy people, mind you. Interesting to note that usually the villains aren't able, like, nobody can recognize the villains unless they have, like, a connection with them. So either Ladybug is well known enough to do that, or, you know, Lila did it on purpose or something, but it's just, there's that interaction there. Lila makes them refer to each other as best friends. Okay, and she kills him! Ladybug, I don't feel so good. Ladybug, don't let me go. She kills him! Okay? I was always wondering what would happen if we, like, you know, did it to somebody. Now we know. How is she gonna get down? Just a question. He seems to revel in, like, the despair he causes, even though all he wants to do is bring back Paris. I think he's just secretly, you know. The other thing is that he actually takes out the evil out of the butterfly, and the butterfly just naturally undoes itself. And he hasn't de-transformed at all since, unless it's still off screen, but he hasn't de-transformed, and he's going to do it to another person. So, question mark, how does his powers work? Why doesn't his powers, like, de-transform just like Ladybug and Cat Noir? Cat Noir in Anansi, when he didn't use it, he was still going to de-transform. But in this case, he's using it again without, like, you know, even trying to de-transform or anything. So he refers to her as, like, his biggest supporter, and, like, supporter, like, helping him kind of thing. And, okay, so Catalyst is basically something that helps. It's like, basically her role is just to increase his power. Like, to multiply his power, which is what she does by turning him into the Scarlet Hawkmoth, which is really weird. Her design is cool, by the way, I think. This is basically like if you had a genie and then you were like, hey, I want to have, like, more wishes, you know? Or, like, your wish is to, like, get another genie to, like, have more wishes, and you just eternally do that. Okay, this is so weird. He's like, oh, you don't have enough for me. Like, dude. Nah. They brought back Jagged Stone Rockstar. It's actually, yeah, Chloe doesn't get akumatized at all because she's, like, so confident in her abilities now. This is confirmed that, like, the janitor and the mime is, like, it's, like, Miren's dad. So he's a janitor, or he's a mime, or he's, like, a part-time janitor and part-time mime. The other reason why this plan couldn't have worked so early is because there weren't that many villains that were already akumatized. So this is kind of like collecting all the villains together to do it. What happened to his eyes? Okay, I'll stay here in the sewer. How do I get out? So could Ladybug create herself like a more powerful yo-yo with her Lucky Charm so that she can make an even better Lucky Charm? So basically Marinette, okay, Tiki wanted all the Miraculous to be set loose, okay? And Marinette was like, no, I have to explain this to everybody, and basically I need people that are already into it or something. But she doesn't give him the box. She gives him the box after, so why cheat? I adore the fist bump thing they do. It's amazing. No, no, world. I didn't notice that she was using her bee beacon. Wait, is the baby there? The baby's there! I'm kind of wondering if he akumatized Volpina as well, like in a Scarlet form, and that's only an illusion of him. Do you really? He wouldn't be so, like, stupid as to uncover himself like that. I'll do the episode review with PB soon, but just quick like this, I really like this episode. There's a lot of interesting things that happen, and I want to see what part 2 is. This is a real final battle, and, well, final. 3 more seasons, not gonna be the final battle. But I think we're gonna see some, like, I hope we're going to get some revelations next episode. Even if it's just like a really, really good battle, though, to like end the season, I wouldn't really mind. And so overall, if that helped you guys a little bit understand a little bit of lore, the subbed versions, there should be some sub versions that are coming out soon for you guys. And I want to do a shout out to my Patreon supporters, and thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Miss Burb out.